Alrighty, guys. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings be upon you. Welcome back to the podcast. Change of scenery. We are outdoors. We are not indoors this time. We are changing it up. It is getting better weather. It is nice outside. So I said, you know what? Let's go soak up the sun. Let's go get this pale white ghost look off a little bit. Let's just be in nature and change up the scenery. But I hope you guys are doing all right. Welcome back to the podcast. Another week has passed, and I hope that this week was nothing but good for you. Um, Alhamdulillah for another day. I hear the train coming, so I'm gonna stay silent because I don't know how good the microphone will be picking it up when it passes because we are right next to it. You'll see right behind me about now. Like I don't even know if you guys could hear me right now. I'll find out when I'm editing, but there should be another one now coming because that's the LIRR right there. Um, it's a little bit windy, and the phone mount is shaking a little bit, so I hope it don't fall. If it falls, I'll try my best to catch it. But yeah, we are outdoors today. Alhamdulillah, it is a beautiful day. And I hope you guys are doing all right. I hope you guys are doing all right. I hope everything is well. Um, I got on the um, not an influencer. I was just reading it. I couldn't comprehend it that much reading it upside down, but not an influencer. But I am someone who is going to share their experiences and some wisdom and knowledge from the things that I've learned in my life. Um, for those who follow me on Instagram or follow the podcast page on Instagram, I've been posting reels throughout there. It's been very easy for me to do so, but also as well from the time apart the podcast, I know it's once a week episodes. It helps me share some thoughts of how I may feel and what I may be going through throughout the week for anybody who's in need of it. So if you guys have been keeping up with that, I thank you for all the support. I thank you for all the support in general. Um, but again, I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys are doing well. And my first question to you is, how are you? It's always good to ask that question to yourself and to ask those who you truly do care of, because man, this life we get so caught up in everything else that we forget how we truly are. The train's coming again, so I'll be back to you. Hit the commercial break, and we were back. Um, but no, life sometimes throws some curveballs, and we get lost in the sauce, man. We forget about us sometimes. Sometimes we sabotage our own well being just because of what we're caught up with and what we want to be committed to and who we're trying to please and what we're trying to do goodbye. We sometimes we get lost. So I ask you, how are you? But I ask with the intent of, with the intention of you answering it truthfully. Um, and you don't have to share that with me. It's just a question that you ask yourself and that you be honest with yourself about, because that's the most important, man. Sometimes we go through things that we may never, ever mention to another soul in this lifetime. And that's something that we take to the grave with us. And that's something that's kept between ourselves and God. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys are doing all right. Um, your boy me, this week has been quite a week. It has been a week of a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. Um, yeah, every day has been different, but there's one thing that has stood the same throughout the days, and no matter what, every one thing has stood the same, and it is, and alhamdulillah for the fact that I'm putting one foot in front of the other, and I'm taking one step forward, and I'm continuing on with the journey, right? Um, that's one thing that I've been seeing, and to be honest, man, oh, I'm watching the. Okay, we're good. I'm watching the stand because it's going with the wind a little bit, so I hope it really doesn't fall. But no, man. One thing that I've been seeing that throughout the differences of how I may have felt throughout the week is that I'm taking one step forward. To the times to where I may feel lost, to the times of where I'm hurting, to the times where I may be stressing myself out of my head, I'm putting one step in front of the other, and I'm trying my very best to continue pushing forward. into what's next for me, into what may be so hard for me to go through, to what I may be afraid to even go through, but I'm going through it. And I hope that you are doing the same too, because that's what's most important. Put one foot in front of the other, even if it's baby steps. You're making progress. Um, and yeah, that's something I've been doing for myself, and that I hope that you are doing for yourself as well. Um, that right there, in any and all ways that you want to think about it, and despite all that we may be going through, that's a form of love for yourself right there. And you may not even think of it that way, but it is. It's a way of self love, and it's a way of, hey, you're not giving up on yourself. No matter what life may throw at us, no matter how hard things may be, the fact that you are willing to continue to go through it, even though you feel like you don't even know where you're going towards, that what's ahead of you, what direction you're going to, the fact that you're just willing to double down on yourself and to keep going, kudos to you, because that takes a lot of love, and that takes a lot of it's a lot of courage, man. It takes a lot for one to do that, but I'm proud if you're making an attempt to do so. And honestly, I'm proud of myself for doing so. Um, one thing that I have been going through, it's an experience, and again, I'm not going to bring it up details the for the sake of the person. I hear a train coming, so yeah, like I don't really know how, because it's on the other side of the tracks. It's not closest to me, but I don't know how how clear the audio is with me still talking over the trains passing, and I don't want to kind of drop a gem and it goes unheard of, and I'm like, damn, you know. But without trying to bring up specifics of the person for the sake of the person, because that's something I want to keep to ourselves. But man, one thing I just want to talk about, something I mentioned in my on my Instagram, for anybody who may be in need of it from personal experience and more. Detachment is not an easy thing, man. It is not an easy thing, and I made a reel where I said detachment isn't easy. Some days you'll be fine, and some days you won't, and that's completely okay. And at the time where I wrote that, which was what 2 days ago now, I think it's I was in that feeling of being okay. And then for an example, yesterday I wasn't. Today I say, by the grace of God, by the grace of Allah subhanallah and alhamdulillah, that I feel okay. I feel all right. I feel good enough to be able to talk about it and to be able to be here outside in public with people bypassing, um, talking about my experience to you guys. I hear another train coming, so we're gonna pick up. We're gonna pick up after it passes. Okay. But yeah, man, like, uh, there was a person who I was so attached to, and um, who was a part of my everyday actions, man. It was someone that I would text to text, I would call just to call, even if in the call I was doing nothing, just to call and be in their presence, man. It was somebody who I built around my day to day actions. It was somebody who, at the end of the day, I had an amazing experience with. Um, and detaching from that now and not having it as the same as it once was, some days it really kicks my butt, man. Some days it hurts, dude. And some days it's fine. But I realize, like, I used to think, like, what if I made the wrong decision? What if what I'm doing isn't right? How do I know? Should I do this? Should I do that? If I could say something to you, if you're ever in a time like that, try to dismiss those thoughts, because that's just nothing but negativity, man, that you're projecting onto yourself. Um, and what I would want you to do, despite of how good that thing may be to you, or so of how good it, when you look at it, how good it may be, if it is something that's truly affecting you, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, if it's something that's affecting you up here, um, with all the respect I say, because it is true, nothing is worth losing yourself over it, if that makes sense. You know, and that's something that it it, it really it took time for me to see that and to realize that and to agree to it. It was hard, man. The reason why it was so hard is because, man, that experience, it was the first true thing that I felt that I felt and experienced in my life. It was a version of a love that I was asking for and that I've wanted. But deep down, there was always a thing that was just like, and especially in the beginning, it was, is this right for me? And then I pushed it away, and then it came back, and then time went on, and there was good. But then I started realizing things that I tried to fight against. I tried to battle. Um, and I hope that I could express it now in this video for those who may be in need of it and for those who may be going through the same thing. What I want to talk about, one topic, is the same how you cannot force someone to love you is the same how you cannot force yourself to love someone. And it's hard, man, because if it was like a sword, I've got pierced and stabbed by both ends. I was a person who tried my all into making someone fall in love with me, but that didn't happen. And it hurt badly. And then I ended up being the person that I know I was loved so dearly by this other, but I didn't feel that it was for me. And I started realizing things I needed to work on. And that's what I ultimately ended up choosing. The time for me, the space I needed to work on myself. Because my flaws and the things I did need to work on, I felt for myself, it started, it made itself present to me. Um, it made itself present to me. And again, the same as you cannot force someone to love you is the same how you cannot force yourself to love someone back. We may wish, and I may say that, I wish this life was perfect at all times, but it really isn't. In this life, for as long as we're living, we are going to get hurt, and we are going to hurt people unintentionally. And you could be a good person, which you are. For those who are watching, you are a more than good, you are a great individual. But even great people, even good people in the heart, from the inside and out, they hurt others, man. It happens. That's something that is a part of life. It's something that is painful and is on either end. Dude, when I tried to make one love me back in the way that I wanted to love her, when I wasn't getting that, man, accepting that was hard. It was harsh. It was the harsh truth, but I had to do it. You know, um, it was a very hard thing. That no matter what I could have done, it was hard to accept the fact that no matter what I do, this person is just it's not meant to be with this one. It stung, it hurt, it sent me back to myself. But you know what? It made me a better person enough to experience um, a true, real connection afterwards. And even in this experience, man, like this current moment with it not being the same as it once was because of my choice of choosing to grow. Um, man, no, I'm grateful for everything, dude, because it really, and I hope it has done the same for her as well. But man, it has helped me progress so much, but it has made so much more clear to me the things that I need to work on for myself. And in a way, despite how how badly it hurts at times and some days, I'm grateful for the experience, man, because it's helping me grow. And that's what I only hope for the person as well. I know that you may be watching, but I hope it is helping you grow the same way that I feel that myself now it is helping me to do. It's forcing me to. I'm just grateful for that opportunity. I thought to myself something, and as I said earlier, you wouldn't want to, don't lose yourself and don't destroy yourself over another person or over a thing. Um, but man, I realize if I stayed, I would have destroyed myself, and I knew that if I left, I would lose you. And both decisions were very hard. Both decisions were very, very, very hard, man. Um, but the same how I chose me is the same how I want you to choose you. And for those watching, choose yourself, please, because man, like you are important. If you're not okay, as I've said before in this podcast throughout time and throughout my life, see, look at this. This just fell on my head. If you're not okay here, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, how are you going to be okay for everything else? And despite all the good in the relationship and the time that I have spent with that person and the time that I spent with you, I kept realizing more and more like, hey, I need to choose me. I feel like I'm drowning myself. And I felt so scared to leave because I knew with my decision of choosing me, I'd lose you. And as much as and nobody would be able to understand really how hard it was to come to that agreement with myself. I could sit and ponder and think about, and realize the fact that it hurts more because it's a love that I rejected without it reaching its full potential. But then I realized, and something that's very true for you guys, sometimes what may be so good isn't meant to last forever. Sometimes some things reach its limit and it's not able to go past that. And I know it's so hard, and I know some days you may be so defeated, you may be so lost, you feel like giving it all up and you feel like running back to that thing. But if you felt for yourself that you had to leave and that you had to choose you, stay firm on that decision no matter how painful it is to go through, because that is the best thing you could do for yourself, and that ultimately is the best form of love that you could do for yourself. But man, yeah, I was, guys, I was so afraid because this person that I spent this time with was so good and will be so good and even better for the person that is meant for her. It was so hard to leave because all I've ever wanted, and all a person could ever want, whether male or female, is for their partner to truly love them for who they are. And I know that she did. But it was something that I needed to do for me. It's something I needed to do for me. And like I said, no matter how great the person is, no matter what, dude, if you're losing yourself, man, you gotta choose you. You have to save yourself. And for me, choosing myself and to save myself and to do better for myself, the great sacrifice was that person and that experience and that relationship. What I'm trying to say is sometimes that's life, man. Life, listen, if we were to know everything, if we were to know what's meant for us, what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing, we'd be choosing best every single time. But life is not meant to be that way. Why? Because life is meant to show us and to give us growth. And like I said before, we are gonna get hurt, and you are gonna hurt some people. That's just the truth, man. That is just the truth. And for the people who may be going through this now, dude, just be prepared, man, for the days where it all feels wrong, for the days where you feel like going back so badly. But listen to yourself. Ask yourself the question, if it is a decision that, like how I made, if it's a decision that you feel like is something that you need to do, that it just doesn't feel right, it stresses you out, it overwhelms you mentally, you know, you feel the need to support you, choose you every single time, man. Choose you, please. Because again, if you do not choose yourself, man, and you let yourself spiral out, you lose yourself, dude, it's horrible. That's the thing that you don't want to do. That's the thing that you don't want to do. I get it that sometimes, life has us hit rock bottom, but you don't want to lose yourself, man. For those that are going through it, for those that have and that are still in any always that you may be going through this or not, one of the things that I want you to know, to try and do, and it's something that myself that I am doing and I'm attempting to do no matter what, have trust in God. Whatever religion they may believe in, for our brothers and sisters out there, just believe in God. Believe in God and believe in yourself, and know that no matter how painful or crazy it may be to go through, it's only going to get better for you. It's only going to have more good for you. All right. It's not the end for you. It's not. And that's the thing that I said in my reel 2 days ago, a few days ago, is detachment. Yes, it's not an easy thing. It's not, but it's not the end for you. And eventually, you'll be around better. Like eventually, that'll happen. It's just having the courage, having the strength, having the faith and hope and love for yourself and love of God, that despite all of how it may make you feel, despite how many days it may drag you back, um it may drag you back into those emotions, even the days where you may feel completely calm and free of it, keep putting one step forward, man. Eventually you're going to get over it, and eventually you will be around and you will have better. As just myself, a lesson, man, a lesson for myself, and I knew it wasn't of any good, but I just learned it. Everybody learns things in their own ways, in a specific way, but what I've learned is, again, the same how you cannot force someone to love you is the same how you cannot force someone to the same how you cannot force yourself to love someone. Now, from experience, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, the only reason why I tried to do that was to see if it changed, to see if maybe it was myself being hard, and being hard on that, on the fact of, hey, like, someone came into my life, but I'm playing defense. I don't want to let them get too close. So I said, you know what, let me see in time if it will change. But then it came back, and it always stood. Despite the times where it went away and we had good memories, it always circled back. It came. And they were, and again, I have made my mistakes, and it's mistakes that I made, but I've learned, and that I'm not going to carry on to the next relationship that's meant for me, carry on to whatever's next for me. It's communication. And that's something I didn't do then. And the reason why is because, dude, I was so scared to say to a person that I knew that had legit feelings for me, hey, like, I was just so scared to lose her. But then after having that thought in my mind for so long, and honestly battling myself to try and see if it changed, to try and see what's the best, dude, I just said, you know what? Hey, I have to do this. I have to do this. As I say, keep God in your life, man, and put trust in Him. Because ask Him for your help, and He will deliver in a way that you need it best. And that's why I put on this shirt for today. Not an influencer. Because what I don't want to do is influence you to make a decision. At the end of the day, you should make the decision for yourself. I'm just simply sharing my experience. Um, so that way you may understand it. So that way you may take it with a grain of salt and move forward with your life and move forward with the decision that you may struggle on to make. Just put trust in God, man. Have tawakkul and Allah, man. Have sabr and Allah's path. What I mean by that for people, regardless of the religion that you believe in, have trust in God's plan and have patience in His plan as well, and just know that everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out the way that it's meant to be, and things will work out more beautifully than you could ever imagine, and even if a way that it may not feel like it. But yeah, I choosing you sometimes it's hard, but never forget that you have to choose you. You are, along with believing in God, right? Listen, we're responsible for our own well-being in a way. We're responsible for all that we do. Um, so you just got to make sure that hey, you choose you. Whatever feels right for you, whatever feels like it's the best decision, do it, no matter how painful it may be. That's something that I say from you to another, from one man to another, from a brother to a sister, to anybody who may be in need of that message, to my friends, to my family. You got to choose you, man. Never forget that, though. Choose you, even if it requires sacrificing the one that you love, the one that you know loves you, sacrificing the thing that doesn't feel right for you anymore. Choose it for you, for the betterment of yourself, because that's the best thing you could do for yourself. That's you loving you, and in order to receive love from anybody else, you have to love you. Some things just happen, and man, we're not gonna. Ooh, it only disconnected when it fell. So we're Gucci. I was nervous. I was like, dang, man, we were going on like 30 minutes right there. And that was honestly something I was trying to be heartfelt from one to another. And I was like, God, it sucks. I had to repeat that all over again. But if you're in a relationship and you go on a break, right, for the betterment of yourself to try and grow, it's going to be painful, especially with the no contact after you've been in contact with them every day and all day, right? But, as much as you as hard as it was to already come up with the agreement with yourself to choose you and to break away, another hard thing to accept is that there's a possibility of that person or that thing never coming back. And again, I wouldn't want that to, because it happened to me. That made me delay my decision of wanting to break away for a long time. It delayed my decision. It made me more afraid of anything to choose me, and me choosing me, I was sacrificing the relationship. I was sacrificing her. I was gonna let go of her. That was the thing that delayed me. But from experience, don't let it delay you, because it don't there you go. Like, don't listen. For someone that you know you have a genuine a real relationship with, and that you may love, and the person loves you back so dearly, you know that they care for you, you know that you care for them, If it's something that truly, I hope it doesn't fall again. I'm watching. Now we're good. Um, the fear of you letting them go is real, but don't let it delay what is needed to be done for yourself. You gotta choose you. The more you delay it, the more it's gonna hurt you, and the more it's gonna hurt the person. Because in that time in between all that, you guys are gonna go on to create more memories, have more good times with each other, and it's only gonna hurt more, man. It's gonna sting a whole lot more. Um, and I made the mistake of, well, I was fighting for myself to see if I could change my feelings, but I guess it was a way of fighting for us, even though it was an eternal battle mentally. I'm not sure how to put it, and I'm not gonna have the answers to everything. I may not know everything. It's just something that I'm saying this throughout the whole video that I've recollected throughout the last couple of days, and everything will change once I just let it be in God's hands. And that's something that's so beautiful, man. It's something that just proves his existence and that he's there for you. I get it that some things you may not ever be able to bring up to another person, no matter how close you are to them. But if there's one person to not shy away from, it is God. Go to him, talk to him. He knows you better than you know yourself. And he's only gonna look out for you, and he's only gonna do what's best for you, and the way that he knows what's best, and the way that he knows, hey, this is the only way it's gonna get done, so we're gonna do it this way. Just because it's a tough time doesn't mean that it's a punishment. And just because something good has been taken away from you, that's also not a punishment. It's just redirection. I look at that relationship and that person as it was meant to be for a specific time, and now that time has come to a halt. And as painful as it may be to accept that on some days, is something that I do. And I just hope that if you're watching this, I hope that you do yourself. I wish you nothing but the good. I wish you guys all nothing but the good, nothing but good, nothing but the best and more for yourselves and your families. Dude, I just want you to do good for yourselves, and I want you to love yourself and choose you. Choose you. Don't delay the moment. Don't 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 delay any love or attention you may need to provide and give to yourself. Um, choose yourself over anything, man. Just choose yourself over anything. I know a lot of people are gonna have different viewpoints on that, but for me right now, man, you just gotta choose you. You really do have to choose you. You gotta focus on what it is that you can to do better, and accept the fact that, hey, the possibilities are endless in this lifetime. Me and you both don't know what's gonna happen at all for the future. We could hope for the best, and in the time being that God blesses me and you to be alive, dude, let's just try to be a version of ourselves that become better, that are better for ourselves and for the pleasure of Him. May we become a version of ourselves that He's pleased with, and that He knows that we could be. And that's all, man. That's all. I Again, no matter how painful it may be, I just hope that what I've spoken of may give you the courage you may have needed in anything that you are going through to choose you. Because man, especially when you feel like it's not it and you try to force yourself to make the change, and no, you're stressing yourself out, you keep you're overwhelming yourself, you're stressing yourself out, your mental state isn't right, your spiritual state isn't okay, you're emotionally not all right. Dude, it's just not worth it to put yourself through that much suffering and pain. Why sabotage yourself in that way? And that's something that you shouldn't do. And moving on is hard, but try your very best to just accept that, hey, it is what it is now. We may not understand everything in the moment or at all. We're only going to get the answers in the afterlife when we die, right? But till then, just accept things as is and try your very best to work on yourself and accept what has happened and embrace for what is next in your life. And of that, I know, man, it'll be nothing but the best for me and you. Um, I love you, and I thank you so much for spending the time of your day to listen to me, yeah, and talk. And I hope that listen. Sometimes I know I could be talking about this and that, and it may not make sense. And sometimes the things I may say it makes more sense up here rather than it is speaking of it. Um, but I hope this one, because I wanted it to be as genuine as possible. I wanted it to be as real as possible, along with the other videos, yes. But this one was something like, hey, I want to share out as a form of therapy for myself, but for those who may be in need of it. I just hope that it resonated with you if this is something that you are going through. And just know that this is not the end, man. This is not the end whatsoever. It's only the beginning for yourself and your journey of growth and your journey of self love and in your journey throughout life and your journey of what's next for you. So, yeah, till next time, man. Till next time, inshallah. Um, I love you. Thank you for joining me here. And I'll see you next week. Camera falling.